And Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Of course, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who is the God of the Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh Shai being the true name of his only begotten Son. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Hey, back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, just talking about the signs of the times, man. I came across this article in the Atlanta Black Star, and it's titled, "I'm Not Built to Suffer." Woman says she needs 315,000 of them things annually in order to have a baby. It says a 23-year-old British content creator says she never wants to have a baby, but will consider it if a wealthy suitor meets her astonishing list of demands. And I believe that's her right there. For face value, we would say this would, could be a Israelite or a Hamite. For the sake of the lesson, let's assume for face value, because we don't know. But just looking at it, let's say she is a Israelite, scattered out in old Britain over there. All right, man. Here's the thing, man. This is getting old very fast, man. Babylon the Great, a Britain, they're likening to the same thing. It's all a Edomite kingdom. All right, so they're pretty much doing the same thing, man. But our people, I gotta be honest, man. Here's the thing: as a man or a human, I say to you, who desires to be poor? All right, who desires to not have beauty, or desires their spouse not to have a certain level of beauty? All right, we want everything that the Lord, has created and offered for us. But the thing is, right now, and this is the whole theme of what the Lord's prophets are saying. I'm gonna bring out these precepts. We're constantly saying, "Hey, this is not your rest, Israelites. We have a everlasting kingdom coming, and then once we make it to that kingdom by being obedient to the will of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai, then we can stunt. And, then we can, have the fatness of the earth, be rich beyond our wildest imaginations, man. All right. That's the Lord's hopeful elect that have received, that knowledge and been receptive to the will of the Lord, which is we have to pay for what we did. All right. And we're still paying for it now. We're not free. We're not saved yet. All right. We're very, very close, Lord willing. Now, that's us, the Lord's hopeful elect, versus the rest of the nation of Israel and the rest of these nations, man. They don't want to suffer. All right. This is exactly what she said. This is quoted. "I'm not built to suffer." Starting with the child. All right. In the woman, remember the order that the Lord set up. Yeah, it's Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the men of the nation of Israel, the women of the nation of Israel, all right, and the children of the nation of Israel. This is the order that the Lord has set up. So if we start at the bottom with the child and then the woman, that these are the two weaker vessels, of our nation, of the earth, man. And guess what? They're not built to suffer. All right. They're not built for that. Women are not built for that. And unfortunately, for a woman who doesn't have the spirit of the Lord upon them, they're crashing out, and they're jumping the gun, if you will. I understand as a human the desire to be rich, man. So when you hear this quote unquote high value, high man culture that they're, spewing and projecting upon us, man, the fact that, hey, if you're a woman, you gotta find a man who looks a certain way. He has to have a certain type of stature by himself. And he has to make a certain amount of money. Again, as a human, I don't think any man on this earth wants a woman taller than him. So them saying that, I want this, and they're putting, specific numbers. It's usually about six, from 6 feet on up. It may be, but the average is at least 6 feet. And if you're not that, and this is coming from a lot of women who are barely, 4'5", man, 5'4", whatever. It be real short women that's desiring these, six, four dudes, man. Again, we understand that because we don't want a woman towering over us. But again, it is rooted in vanity. Okay, it is rooted in vanity, man. Same thing with the high value culture, man. Nobody wants to be poor. Nobody wants to struggle. So, of course, we understand a woman desiring not to have a man that's poor. But again, it is rooted in vanity. All right, this is the fact that they don't understand that this is not our rest, that this is not our home. And doggone it, I'm gonna just keep it real with our people. We have to suffer. All right. And again, the woman, time after time, she's showing us, all right, except for the Lord's hopeful elect women, all right, but the women of our nation are showing themselves not to be able to fulfill the will of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai and suffer for their transgressions, man. All right. They're not built for it. All right. But guess what? Starting with the men of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai, we are. All right. And we're not bucking up against the will of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai, you know. So let's get to these precepts, man. This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 12. Straight to the point. We'll start at 11 actually. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. Talking about Malak Yahweh Shai. All right. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. And the crash outs are crashing out. They're denying Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. They don't want to suffer. They want their reward now. Again, man, we're no dummies. Nobody wants to be poor, and nobody wants a spouse that's poor and malnourished and ugly. We want the most beautiful family. We want, the fatness of the earth. We want to be able to enjoy the earth. But guess what? We're constantly telling these idiots of our nation, this is not our rest. We have to make sacrifices. And, the woman and the child and men that act like women and children, they're not built for the conditions of the battle. All right. They're not built to suffer. They want, a woman, she thrives in a time of peace, man, especially if she don't have the spirit of the Lord upon her. That's their bread and butter, a time of so-called peace when you can go out and go to these different bars and clubs and events and parties and such, man. Travel as they will, man. All right, wearing all the stuff that they wear, the jewelry, the crazy, the crazy clothing, that these women, obtain, and the high heel boots and all that stuff. This is where a woman, thrives in, man, this time of peace. But guess what? We're sending out a warning that guess what? Hey, the Lord is going to take all that away. And if you haven't been doing this, if you haven't been quote unquote rocking with us, rocking with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, guess what? He's not going to quote unquote rock with you. All right, so go ahead and crash out, get your little money, ask for an absurd amount of money. That's all rooted in vanity. And I say this again, nobody wants to be poor, man. But here's the thing, as we, mature, this is just part of the game. We may have, and we're poor in relation to the world. Some of our people are actually rich, man, by Babylonian standards. All right, they're rich. They're getting to the bag in all type of ways. It says she was a content creator, so she already ain't no, hard. And like these women, like doing hard laborious work. A woman, they be stressed out by at-home jobs and stuff. But come on, man, it ain't like you out there with a jackhammer in the middle of the summer, working on asphalt, or you a roofer, or you in a military operator. Man, you chilling, Eve. You a content creator, man. You know what I mean? A YouTuber, and asking for all this money. And it just ain't right. It's all rooted in vanity. Guess what? We saying the same thing, but we're saying it in righteousness. We want to be rich. We want to be perfect. We want our wives to look better than the majority of the women dwelling on earth. Hell, we want a certain stature. All right. We don't want, women and these niggas of other nations towering over us, being bigger, stronger, and faster than us in any way. All right. But guess what? We're wise enough and knowledgeable enough to know how to attain that. All right. These women and men, all right, of our nation, they're crashing out. All right. They're selling their soul for fame and fortune, man. All right, they're crashing out. However they attain it, whether they steal it, whether they're coming in a manipulative spirit, and that's what a lot of women do. You know, they're manipulating men just to get to their money. Some women have children just so they can, you know, be with a man that has a certain amount of money, then turn around and leave them. Look at what's going on in the so-called entertainment industry with all the divorces going on, man. Dr. Dre, he's supposed to be a so-called billionaire. He went through a whole bunch of crap with his wife, man. She up and left him. So, I mean, this is not our rest, is what we're constantly telling our people, man. And here pretty soon, the Lord is going to let that be known to the nation of Israel, first and foremost, starting with the children, all right, going up to the woman and the men, all right, going up that order, man. Because the worst thing in this great tribulation, make no mistake, is going to be a child. I mean, if you're a child, you're a child. You never drove a vehicle, like never been anywhere, like for real, you know. So you're at the mercy of, you know, your household, man. And then it'll be the woman that's the shoot. She got some age on her in relation to the child, but I mean they're both weaker vessels, man. So when this Jacob's trouble pop off, this great tribulation, all these things are gonna become an issue. And guess what? These people that crashed out, were they looking for the second coming of Malachi Hawashai? Were they looking for a great tribulation? No, they were saying, look at me, you know, look at the amount of money I got, look at how I look at how my spouse look at how my family look at how my team looks. All right, Mayweather, that's all he do. You know what I mean? All he do. And you can tell our people ain't never had nothing, because when they get that money, I mean, that's what they do. They live. They don't live within their means. The more money a person gets, more than likely, man, the more money that they're gonna spend, man. It's understandable. We understand when we see our people get rich and they're gloating, especially the young. Look at these young little gangster dudes. They come from poverty, man. Murderous environments, you know, whorish environments, and once they get this money from, you know, the industry, and they are constantly just gloating and gloating and gloating. As a wise man, a man striving to be wise, you understand that our people ain't never had nothing. We are in bondage, in captivity. All right. So when they get to the bag, of course they want to show it off. You know what I mean? But it's all rooted in vanity. That's what we're trying to convey to our people, but they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to make any type of sacrifices, man, in relation to serving the Lord. Now they'll sacrifice and quote unquote work hard, all right, to obtain what they want. But when it comes to making sacrifices and for the Lord, keeping his holy days, they don't want to do it, you know. But they'll go through all this, you know, spend all this money and time and energy worshiping pagan idols, man, and participating in pagan holidays. Every last one of these so-called holidays, the majority of our people observed this year, whether it was so-called Easter, so-called Halloween, so-called Christmas, Thanksgiving. All right, we got New Year's coming. All right, and our people are going to be in that type of spirit, man, the spirit of Babylon, all right, the spirit of folly, the spirit of being an idiot, all right. And we're just simply putting out a warning to our people. This ain't it. This is not our rest. And the Lord finna do something, man. All right. It's our word against y'all's, and we'll see how that works out for you. But it is, I always say, it's getting late in the day to be in the spirit when the prophets are out there correcting these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. We got to sacrifice, man. We can't get to the back. Now, make no mistake about it. Scriptures, you know, speaks about give me neither poverty nor riches. The Lord is a balanced power. He don't want us to be poor, because I mean, you know, actually poor. Now we're poor in relation to us not being in our kingdom, all right, and being oppressed by this oppressor, all right. But if we're poor, and the reason why the scriptures teach us that if we're poor, then we're gonna more than likely, all right, do sinful things in order to survive. If we're rich, right, getting to the bag, then we don't need, you know, Yahweh Hashem and Hawashai. So there's no need to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. There's no need to be a righteous man or woman. It's just all just play at that point. When you're rich, you can't tell a rich person nothing of our nation. Mayweather, P. Diddy, these type of folks, you can't tell Mayweather nothing about no money or about no spiritual sacrifice. And sure, the brother worked hard to perfect his craft of boxing, man, but again, that's just, who cares, bro? That's some folly play stuff. We all can throw hands, and he even got rich about it. You see, every last man of our nation, even the funny boy, can throw some hands. Yes, some can throw better than others, but I'm saying you got rich, boy, from throwing hands, man, and it has led him to be one of the most puffed up, prideful people of our nation. Am I lying? That's all Mayweather. His damn name is Money Mayweather. That's all he cares about, man. Of course, boxing, yeah, but especially after he, quote unquote, retired or whatever, man, all he's been doing is just showing the amount of money that he has. And it's vexing, man. It's vexing. But there's the thing, man. He didn't suffer all the way with us, man. All right. He took the bag, man. He crashed out, and he wasn't patient, all right, to wait on the Lord to make us rich for real, man. Because and the crazy thing about it, all of it's gonna get swiped away, man. All right, here pretty soon, man. So the riches that our people have obtained, guess what? The Lord is gonna put a stop to that. And guess what? These celebrities, they're gonna be out here suffering right along with everybody else, believe it or not, man. The riches is not gonna profit them in that day, man, because it's not gonna be nothing to spend their money on, man. Even like I say, and if they do have a mindset of, oh yeah, I got enough money to build me a bunker, or to go in a rocket ship, or to get down deep down in the ocean in a submarine just in case it pop off, guess what, man? The Lord, being all infinite in his wisdom, he gonna put a halt to that, man. All right. And especially the Israelites, being that this is Jacob's trouble, a time to punish the wicked of the nation of Israel first and foremost for their transgressions before the Lord, releases us. Man, the Lord's gonna get you, man. All right. Don't think that you finna go into the underground bunkers like the so-called elite. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, the Lord gonna make sure that Rick Ross, all these, like, especially, I just hate the industry, man. I hate the entertainment industry and damn near everybody in it, man, especially of our nation, man. But all these celebrities, man, and then you see the truth is coming out that they ain't even really making money like that, but they'll project it upon us so that we, all right, we'll forsake Yahweh Shem Shah and spend our time in folly and chasing money, man. Spend our time being a entertainer, all right, or however they get their money, and just chasing that bag, man. Nobody cares about Yahweh Bahashim Shai. These people of our nation, they don't care about the sacrifice that the Lord made. Well, guess what? The Lord's sacrifice is starting to, be revealed who he sacrificed. See, people think that the Lord came and sacrificed his life, all right, for everybody on the earth. No. It was only for a small remnant of the nation of Israel. Now we're coming in that spirit of those ones that's hearkening to that. All right, we're very receptive to the sacrifice that Malak Yahweh made for us, and we're doing things to make our calling and election sure. Everybody else is not in this boat that we're in. Everybody else is completely contrary, all right, to being one of the ones that the Lord has sacrificed for. So they're not going to do it anyway because they don't care, and it's not for them, and the Lord didn't die for them in the story. And guess what? It's starting to manifest, man. 350 how much did she say? $315,000 a year. And you know what I mean? I don't want a baby, but I consider it if a man got enough money. Oh, come on, bro. What type of world are we living in, man? All right, but let's get to these precepts, man. And precept on out. This is Matthew 19th chapter and verse 29, and it reads, "And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold." Do the math on that. "And shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first." And of course, this is going into the nation of Israel as a whole, the fact that we're last now. But let's just, because every member of the nation of Israel isn't doing, right by Yahweh, by Hashem, Shai. Let's just look at the Lord's hopeful elect versus the rest of the nation of Israel. They're first right now. They got the Lord punished us, man, members of his hopeful elect, some men, and took away their stature. We supposed to be, big in relation to the rest of, what I mean, the people, the inhabitants of the earth. So we supposed to all have a certain stature, a certain look about ourselves. But the Lord took all that away from us, man. And now all these idiots, funny boys, funny girls, murderers are getting put on a pedestal, and they're getting to the bag. All right, they're getting money, riches, and fame and reverence, man, while we suffer and get the exact opposite treatment. We're getting ridiculed, shamed, talked about. They think we're idiots. They think we're out of our mind. They call us conspiracy theorists and such, man. Well, guess what? The Lord is going to rectify that here pretty soon. And you idiots of our nation that sold your soul, crashed out, hey, you're going to be last, man. And the Lord, even in our kingdom, you'll be the least. All right. Now that seems like a light thing to a person that don't care. They don't care. And especially if they realize that they'll be in the kingdom eventually, that's all. They don't care about being righteous. We have a different spirit. All right. We want to do it the right way. All right. But again, at verse 29, everyone that has forsaken houses, brethren, sisters, father, mother, wife, or children, or lands in that land. I mean, it goes into the money to obtain the land, man. We have forsaken, being rich, being famous. Okay. Hey, brothers, they got to fast more than others. We have to sacrifice our body. That's part of making our bodies a living sacrifice. Going out there on the highways and byways, all these things, man. All right. When we first came into this, realizing when we first came into the truth, we had the spirit of wanting to tell everybody, especially the members of our family, i.e. our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, brothers, cousins, etc., wives and children. Right? Come to find out, a lot of them looked at us like we was crazy. You know what I mean? And now we don't know, you know what I mean? We're gonna find out who the Lord's chosen are. But hey, man, we came to find out once we started this thing, this was about lots. And we found out very fast that everyone doesn't have the same lot. When we're unlearned and we're, learning and we're becoming more skillful, we're able to see these things. But first coming into this truth, we didn't really know that this wasn't for everybody of our nation, even members of our own household. We came in a very cheerful, happy spirit where we wanted to tell everybody, and the Lord revealed to us, hey, this is not for everybody. Even members of your own household might not make it. Okay, and that starts the sacrifice of a family. All right, because now, and it could get worse from there. That could be it for a brother or sister once they try to prophesy to their parents, and for some, they're shunned. All right, and they don't even have the same type of connection that they once had prior to coming into the truth, man. You got to sacrifice that, and the Lord is telling us, if we do, all right, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to. It might not be all of these things. It might just be one thing that you have to sacrifice. All right, but there will be a sacrifice made. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Thus saith the sacrifice of Malak Yahushua. All right, the servant is not greater than his master. We got to suffer some way. All right, it doesn't mean that we have to, or the Lord is gonna put something upon us that we can't handle, that we just got to suffer every single aspect. But guess what? To whom much is given, much is required. So we're coming in the spirit of the Lord's hopeful elect of the 144,000. So if we want to be gods and rule right under Malak Yahushua in our respective order, then we got to sacrifice more. We might have to sacrifice mother, father, children, or like I say, career, stature, all of these things. Some of you people may only have to sacrifice one thing, but guess what? There will be a sacrifice made. Okay, and then as we get closer and closer to the hype of Jacob's trouble, man, and some of us may have to make that ultimate sacrifice, man, and lay down our lives for Malak Yahushua, all right, for what he did for us and our brothers and sisters, man, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Again, our people ain't even trying to deal with that type of thinking. All right, here are people who have, they celebrated Christmas, and brothers have been coming out with videos. Oh man, and our people just holding on to a piece of thread when it comes to these so-called holidays. It ain't nothing like it used to be. Nothing. It was damn near hot where I'm at yesterday. No doggone white Christmas no more. No more big family gatherings, with a joyful spirit. Everybody's fronting, trying to hold on to this stuff and worship these pagan idols and gods, all right, and these pagan holidays, and it ain't even really cracking no more, man. So I mean, that's an easy fix, man. Get out of it. Stop doing it. The Lord is making it very easy for us to come out of Babylon the Great, man. But we're seeing the will of Yahweh Shema, how it shall be done in relation to people's lives, man. We know that now. All right. The cat's out the bag. Everyone's not gonna make it of our nation. Just because they say Lord, Lord, Lord doesn't mean that they're one of our brothers or sisters that the Lord died for. In the story. And you can see right now different spirits that people are coming in. You got people that's coming in the spirit of, oh, I need $300,000, and then I'll consider having a child. How you don't even understand the amount of pride that it takes to say something like that, the amount of ignorance, all right, that it takes to make a request like that, man. I'm not even trying to get into that, all right. But let me go. Let me go to Isaiah, man. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. Yes, sir. As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. Think about these holidays, man. Who are they for? They're not for men. Men barely get anything on so-called holidays anywhere. It's for women and children. And that's exactly what the scripture is going into. People, men, all right, starting with us, we sacrifice our good standing with Yahweh Shema Hashai in order to please our women and our children. All right. Easter come. Oh, let's put out eggs. Who ain't no men out there doing that crap, putting the eggs out there like that. All right. It's always and who are the women doing it for? Their children. All right. So you see all these holidays, the earth itself, man, and well, here Babylon the Great especially. This place is for, women and children, because it's all just a bunch of play stuff, man. All right. And when no women and children fighting none of Esau's wars, trust me. Now they probably got caught up in it, and caught up in as a casualty of war. But I'm saying boots on the ground, hand-to-hand combat. Man, women and children was never that, but they'll front and act like they can do that, and they'll reap the benefits of the men, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what's happening, man. The women and children here in Babylon the Great are reaping the benefits of the sacrifices that real men make. And that's what the Lord is going into, whether it's our nation or these other nations, especially here in the United States, man. Babylon the Great. As for my people, children are their oppressors. They're oppressing the hell out of us. And women rule over them. They're ruling over us, and we all know it. But guess what? We know how we got here, though. We're not denying that this is going. We know that the woman is above us right now, in every single way, except for reality, except for truth. And we're going to see that during Jacob's trouble. The men are real men. They're going to be real men in Jacob's trouble. And guess what? The only men that's going to be real men in Jacob's trouble will be the men of the Lord's hopeful elect. All right. The rest of these dudes, they're going to crash out like women and children. They're going to become that. All right. I finish it. Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. And who's leading us, man? It isn't the prophets. All right. It's a bunch of false teachers and false prophets that's leading our people. Look at TD Jakes. All praises to Yahweh Shem Hashai. I've been on that so-called Negroes behind about how, I've been seeing the spirit on TD Jakes. I did a video a while back about his daughter. I did a video on that through the spirit of power Yahweh Shema Hashai. I don't remember exactly, but it was a part where she was so-called preaching and she gave thanks to the devil on quote unquote accident, or was it an accident? But I went through it in my video. But you see what I'm saying? It's these people that's causing us to err. It's these false teachers that have been set up, and everywhere they're a so-called Muslim, whatever it is, it has nothing to do with, the way that we're supposed to be serving our power and truth. All right. And they're causing us to err, man. They're causing us, hey, let's put the woman and the children on a pedestal. You guys sacrifice your life, for these women and children. Everything a man, the way that they teach us in Babylon the Great is for a man to sacrifice everything that he has, his time, energy, his body, his money, whatever, resources for a woman and the children of his family, man. All right. And if it was in righteousness, it would be okay. But this is all rooted in vanity, you see, and it's just gonna create more problems after more problems after more problems. But guess what? We found ourselves at the end of this thing, man. So all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, because He's revealing that we're at the end of the world, man, and we won't have to deal with this crap too much longer. Okay, let's go down to verse 20. No. Let's go to 18. Concerning what that woman said, the fact that she's not built to suffer. Well, this is what's coming to you and you women that think just like her, okay? That just want money. They just want to play around in the earth, but don't want to be a doggone member of a family, a righteous family under a decent man. All right, even if he ain't a man of Yahweh Shem Shai, at least let him be decent, not some quote unquote nigga. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. You know the difference when we say a nigga compared to a so-called decent black man. Our women don't want that. They don't want a man that work a 9 to 5 or so-called square dude. Even if he makes a lot of money. A lot of our women want excitement and action. They want the bad boy. And look at where it has gotten us, man. Look at where it has gotten us. But this is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 18. In that day, talking about Jacob's trouble, man, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet. And it's these things that the Lord's finna go into that He's gonna take away, which has led our women to be puffed up. It's all this extra stuff because we see the difference how y'all look, man, when y'all got on makeup and all the jewelry and things and the garments. Okay, how good you look versus how you look up when you wake up in the morning. Some, not all. Some women look pretty decent without makeup, but a lot of our women, they look like niggas without their makeup, and they know it. They bald headed, skin bad, all right, and just look ugly. For what it's worth, man. Especially if they got some little attitude that makes it even worse, man. Y'all don't look like that, and they know it. Bald-headed, ugly little girl. Bald-headed, ugly little girl. Bald-headed, ugly little girl. That's the spirit we gonna come in, man, when the Lord start mocking y'all. The Lord said He gonna mock when your calamity coming. Like, that's what I'm gonna be doing. When I get to finally see you chicks, all right, you females that have wronged me, all right, and my brothers, man, we're going to clown you, man, and rightfully so. But it says, in that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, their calves, and their round tires like the moon, the chains, the bracelets, mufflers, bonnets, ornaments of the legs, and headbands, all these accessories. That's what it's going into. The way that women dress, same way they dress now, just accessorized, drip down from head to toe, rings, nose jewels, changeable suits of apparel, all the clothing, all the designer stuff, the Dior, the red bottoms, man, all these things, man. The mantles, wimples, and the crisping pins, man. How our women in their hair, however they got their hair did, man. The updos, the crazy ghetto hairstyles that our women love a lot, man. The hairstyles that look pretty good. All right, the Lord's gonna take away all these things. That's what it's going into. All right, the glasses and the fine linen. Our women, some of our women are living a luxurious life, man, and they got the finest. I bet Beyonce. Let's take her for an example, or Oprah. All right, Oprah will be caught up in this here, man. All right, make no mistake about it. Is she a Hebrew Israelite? She gonna get found out here pretty soon. Hell, I don't even get into that, man. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And that goes into physical and spiritual stench, man. Of course, we always go into the physical aspect of it. The fact that, we know that women stink, you know what I mean? Because of their whoredoms and their lack of knowledge and how to take care of their bodies. All right, acting like men, taking showers like men. All right. Now, I don't want to get into that, man. And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. And again, man, without the makeup and without these things that the Lord is naming through the Spirit, Without these things, we would see a woman for who she truly was created to be in our captivity. You see, we keep going into this, man. Hey, woman, the Lord did create you originally to be the best looking thing, next to us. All right. You will be beautiful, supposed to be more beautiful than any other women of any other nation. All right. You will have well set, long, thick, secret part covering hair. All right. You will have real jewels and the finest, of garments and materials. We lost that privilege, you dummies. You see, a woman don't really understand that this is not her rest, man, because she's weaker. All right. And of course, when we talk about sacrificing, let the words of that sister be true. That they came out in that article. Women are not built to suffer. Doesn't mean that they can't, especially with the spirit of the Lord endure, but they're truly not created for that. This is for men. Let the boys be boys, man. Let them, let the young men play. Everything is confused here. That's, in Babylon the Great. That's why we call it Babylon the Great. This is the huge land of confusion. Women don't know how to be women. Our women don't know how to be men. And you damn sure know that these children are jumping off the porch way too early. They don't know how to be children and play out in the streets no more. We're seeing it from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I'm a 90s kid. We were out in the streets all day. It looked like a ghost town right now. Yeah, some kids are starting to come out every now and then. The hoopers gonna hoop, But other than that, you don't see no children out in the streets playing like you used to, man. All right. It's because they don't know how to be children. They're on the phone all day in adult environments, man. All right. And that's why the Lord's finna put a screeching halt to all of this BS, man. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Hawashai, we pray next year it goes down, man. Brothers are in that spirit where, 2024 is right around so-called. We don't know what year it is. What they call in 2024 at the end of their year. Our year starts in the spring. Our new year starts in the spring. But, here in our captivity, they're saying, hey, we're getting ready to come into a new year. And through the spirit, we want it to go down. We want this right here. The Lord taking away these things. He has to. You women are self-destructive. We can't do nothing with you, Eve. We're constantly, and niggas too. This ain't just about women going to you. Niggas too. Don't think we get on the men all the time. We started this by getting on the men. And we admitted that we messed up. We got weak. We started worshiping women and doing things how they do. And look at where it got us. Nowhere. All right. Got us into more poverty. All right. More confusion, broken families, death, destruction, disease, sickness, all these things, hardship. Every tear that we cry, it comes from transgressing the law. Every freaking tear that we cry, not of joy, all right, comes from sin. In the story, the Lord said he's going to wipe away all that. We won't have a reason to cry, all right, because of sin. We'll have tears of joy, in the kingdom. But this is what the Lord say. So if it's a family member you lost, whether you're just stressed out from life, working too much, getting underpaid, things that's happening with your children or whatever it may be, you're lonely or whatever it is, it comes from the transgressions. You as a freaking adult have to come to that realization. You messed up. Members of the hopeful elect, we've came to that realization when we first came into the truth. Oh man, it's been revealed. We messed up. We sinned. We went off. You see how easy that is for a person that has a level of humility? People that's not humble, they're never going to admit they're wrong. They're too puffed up to say that they did something wrong. They want to continue to have this image of perfection, and it's going to cost us. And guess who is the best at pretending to be perfect? It is our women. With all of this BS that the Lord is going into here in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, the freaking bonnets, ornaments, nose jewels, the fine linens and all that. The Lord said he's going to take away that, man, here pretty soon. So in Jacob's trouble, when the famine comes, a lot of you women going to lose that shape, for you thick ones, or you thick women that love being thick so much and just love thick, everything thick. All right. The Lord's going to take away that. And y'all going to have the skinny neck, big head syndrome going on. Lord willing, man, for you wicked women. All right. The Lord going to take away, your luxury apartments, man. A lot of women, they're not and wise enough to go out and purchase a home. They want to get these luxury apartments, for many reasons, man. Many reasons. Guess what? The Lord gonna put a screeching halt to all that. You're not gonna have this all white room with the white furniture and the light up LEDs, lights everywhere, the ability, all the streaming platforms to kick it, the OnlyFans, get on the internet, have you a glass of wine, sit up in your house and be naked on the internet all day and get paid out the behind. The Lord gonna put a screeching halt to that. Don't think the Lord is not aware of these things, man. This is how the Lord lets people get puffed up only to deflate them. And guess what? Amen. Our women are the most puffed up right now, of anybody on the doggone earth. It looked like probably under Esau, Edom. All right. But the Lord finna put a screeching halt to this, man. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's go to Luke. Got a few more precepts, few more. Not the quickest lesson today, just in the spirit. Luke 21 and verse 19. In your patience, possess ye your souls. Do we need to go into this? This is about patience. Our people have lost patience, or they don't have it at all when it comes to being patient for the Lord, man. All right. We have spoken these things and we definitely desire. That's why we do things to make our calling and election sure. If we heard prophecy and we could be receptive to that, guess what? We're going to prophesy too. However, the Lord wants us to prophesy. All right, we're going to push the issue. We're going to do the work. So guess what? We can be rich and perfect for real and not be a pretender like 2/3 of the nation of Israel. So in our patience will we possess our salvation. So we have to be patient and of course obedient. All right, we be patient and wait. And I'm not going to sit here and cap you guys down. It's not the easiest thing to be patient. There's some real drama that I want to bring to some people, especially some women, that have wronged me, some niggas too. I have to be patient. I can't take revenge. Hey, the scriptures, the Lord tell us, hey, that belongs to the Lord, vengeance and revenge. All right. So we can't jump the gun. I got to be patient and wait on the Lord to justify me. Wait on the Lord to bring my enemies down, man. I want to go out here and just start laying people out. Like, you know what I mean? But I can't do that, man. It's all in relation to patience. Just like Esau, Edom, my biggest enemy, and the woman. We have to be patient and wait on the Lord to say go. We can't just, get together and say, hey, man, we finna go ahead and shut this thing on down, man. Let's link up and let's go ahead and shut this thing on down, man. We have to be patient. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they don't have spiritual patience. They're crashing out. They want it now. We want it now too. The difference is we're striving to attain it with wisdom. They're not. We want to be rich and perfect too. I know the women, I can try to speak. I know they want their bodies to be perfect. They don't want to stink. All right. And they want ample breast, ample backside and, nice little feet. And they don't want no big old feet. You know what I mean? All these things won't be an issue in the kingdom. Whatever issue we got with our bodies, that is why we're fighting for those new bodies. All right. And not just how it looks, but the fact that we won't be able to transgress the law, man. Just knowing that on top of it actually looking a certain way. Oh man, that's something to look forward to, man. Something to not crash out about. Go ahead and let these idiots crash out and take the bag and sell their souls for a moment of fake happiness, man. All right, and I say fake happiness because guess what, my boy, my girl, we truly don't know what happiness is yet. All right, we're fighting for that, and the Lord is going to show us what true happiness is. So whatever, all these, hey man, all the joy that we have right now, it's all in vain, man. We give praises to the Lord for it. Make no mistake about it. For the good days and the ability to put on a smile when we can, especially concerning the Lord's hopeful elect. But all the smiles, it's all in vanity. Why? Because it's not everlasting. Eventually, if the Lord just don't put you to sleep a certain way. I mean, you're just going to die of quote unquote old age. So it's not like we're going to live here and be able to smile forever. Eventually, we got to see what the Lord have created through death. So it's no need of us like being puffed up, man, about getting some money, man, and having, again, this fake happiness, because it's all vanity, because it's all pretend, because it's not everlasting. The Lord said he's coming to establish an everlasting kingdom. So we don't have to worry about one day we're happy spending time with our family and the next day we're depressed or sick. You could be depressed for a bunch of reasons, man. Just like that, you could be happy one day and the next, a member of your so-called family could be out of here. All right. You could get in an accident. You could acquire a huge amount of debt, and now you're just stressed out. But I thought it was all good just a week ago. My brother, my sister, was it not all good just a week ago? And that's why we're fighting so hard for this, man. We're fighting for the real deal. Our people are a bunch of pretenders. And of course, again, who's leading the way? Who's leading the charge and pretending? The woman. She pretending to be perfect. She pretending that, I don't want to get into it. All right. Got 2 more precepts, man. That'll be it. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, straight to the point. For the same thing, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Through the Spirit we see it is speaking. All right, we see the signs of the times in relation to Matthew 24th chapter, when the Lord gave us some signs of the times preceding his second coming. All right, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. That goes into patience, man, because it will surely come and not tarry. Things, it's like it's starting to gain momentum, all right, as it rolls down the hill, man, all right, and it's getting faster and faster. That's why we had to wait, but now we're at a point in time where we're seeing prophecy unfold. Man, that pandemic, when it came through, that was a huge event. Damn near the whole world got shut down, and we thought, hey, that was it, all right, but it wasn't quite it yet. But after the Lord let the earth open back up, a lot of our people went right back into their folly, man. You know what I mean? They went right back to their vomit. They didn't hearken to the words of the prophets, man. All right. But we just got to wait, man. It will surely come and it will not tarry. All right. So we're here, man. Hey, the signs are speaking. We just gotta be patient, man. It's easier said than done, but that's why the Lord is a balanced power. And if you just simply ask in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord said this, by the way, if if you ask in my name, it should be given, especially when we're talking about spiritual things, man. You just got to pray. And an important thing to pray for yourself would be balance. If you're not balanced, it's going to create a whole bunch of problems, and you're not going to be, doing things to please Yahweh by Shem and Hawashai, man. So you pray that the Lord gives you balance, and whatever it is that you need. For brothers that need women, even if you don't get a woman that want to move in, which will be, so-called married. I mean, the Lord will give you a woman to deal with, man. And whatever it is you need, man. You need help cooking, or your job is too tedious. I mean, the Lord can balance all these things out for you. You just simply gotta ask, be aware, and ask, man. All right. And I'm gonna end it in Micah. 2 and verse 10. Arise, ye. Oh, that's not it. Oh, yeah, it is. Micah 2 and 10. Arise, ye, and depart. And this is what we're saying. All right. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that is what's getting ready to happen. Some people have already met that fate of that type of destruction, but the Lord is getting ready to do things on a mass scale, as in the days of Noah, when he took all, everybody on this earth out, except Noah and his family. Okay. It's going to be a sore destruction. And we have prophesied the type of destruction that is coming for the ones that didn't obey the Lord. Famine. You will die of starvation. the beast of the field to tear. All right. You will be mauled down by a plethora of different creatures, ate by insects, and etc. All right. The sword, war, weapons. All right. All these things is that sword of destruction that the Lord is going to you if you do not depart from the philosophies, all right, of Babylon the Great, or wherever our brothers and sisters are scattered. We say Babylon the Great a lot. We do because we live here. This is our AO, you know. Or should I say, we're captive here. Okay. But arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So we have to depart from thinking like a Babylonian, thinking like a member of another nation. And we got to come back to the Lord and obey his law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Because this place is polluted. All right. It's confusion beyond your wildest imaginations, man. And guess what? If you stay here and have that mentality, it shall destroy you. And Lord say, even with a sword destruction, and I just went into that sword destruction, man, it's going to be grievous deaths that the Lord is going to bring upon you. If you want to have the mindset that you can take that, you go right ahead, man, and you test that theory out. We don't even want to tempt the Lord in that and to act like we want it, like we can take it, man. I don't want to take it. I want to be spared. I want to be, beamed up in the chariot. I want to see and look down on every female that cheated on me or wronged me, via those glorious chariots, man. I want to see them burn up here in Babylon the Great. Every family member that rejected the truth, which is ultimately means they wasn't Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua. Same thing for them. That is my desire, man. So we just got to be patient and wait on the Lord, man. And in the meantime, you pray for balance, man, and we'll get through this just fine. Just fine. Like we always have, man. There was always a test of our faith. Make no mistake about it. But the true ones, all right, when it was the will of the Lord, never, ever lost. All right, the Lord, hey, man, come on, man. Serve the Lord, man, and we won't take a L, all right? But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.